Right everyone, WeaponCollector here. Right, I was a bit bored, so thought I'd try out a project that I've been planning for a while. This may not work, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. So I've got this old knife that the handles have fallen off. It's a slip joint, but it's slightly too long for legal carry, and it's obviously got no scales. So what I'm going to attempt to do today is heat up this PVC pipe. It may be too thick, and then fold it over this handle like you would with kydex. Press it in this this jig to mould it around the knife, around the handle, and then it should stay on it without ever coming off. Because the problem is, because these are steel, smooth steel, I notice every time you stick something on, it just falls off, no matter what glue you use. It's too smooth. I know I could sand it and that, but you know, then I won't be able to do a video. You know, this video. So yeah, it should go around it and take the form of the knife, the handle, and then I should be able to cut off this edge, but the plastic will still be folded around enough that it won't come off. And even if it does, it'll be so tight on there that it'll probably stay on the friction anyway, but I could just use a bit of this double-sided tape. So, and once that's done, I'm going to grind down the blade slightly to probably, I think it's only about that much, not a lot. Let's have a look. I would have to do, I'm going to do the entire blade less than 3 inches, so that would be, yeah, look, you'd only have to take off that little tip. So what I'll be doing next then is heating up this PVC and seeing what it melts like. Not melts, but you know what I mean. See how easy it is to use. And then yeah, right, I'll try that now. So I won't film myself doing it, but I'll just do it with this, just heating it up till it's pliable, and then we'll see if I can get it to go on the knife. Right, so I've put it in the jig. It's all being clamped down. I have no idea whether it's in the right place or not in there. I'll take it out and we'll see it at the same time. One thing I would recommend if you ever try this, if it's cold like it is now, I wouldn't recommend doing this outside. As soon as you take, or somewhere cold anyway, as soon as you take the heat gun off of the PVC or even kydex, it starts to cool down almost instantly and become hard again. You'd be better off doing it in a room where it's quite warm, or in a shed with a heater on, but I can't really do that at the minute. So this will do though. It just means everything takes twice as long, that's all. So I will now take this off and we'll have a look, see where it was. I think I've got a feeling the knife's not quite in the right place, but I may be able to work around with that. Yeah, I've no idea what this is going to look like when I take this out now. Let's see together. The foam might not be thick enough as well. No, look at that, actually. I mean, if that was in the right place, that would have actually worked perfectly. Look at that, that's proper. Only thing is, that would have been absolutely perfect if that, I don't know what I'm going to do now. That's really worked well, actually. That's just how I wanted it. It really has formed around there. The only thing is, I wanted this edge right at the back. Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do now. I may have to just, I don't know. I'll come back after. Right, I had a think, so I think I'll probably just leave it like that. I won't redo it, and I'm just going to cut around the edge, cut around there, and I'll have to just sand the inside of the knife scales and the inside of this and stick it on. I reckon that'll do, won't it? Should hold. If not, I'll just have to redo it, but you know, this will do. So what I'll do now then, as I mentioned, I will cut around this edge with something. Yeah, sand it and glue those on. Try these for the just to rough it out. Yeah, that's worked good though. Look at the quality of that imprint in there. I think that's worked brilliantly. Just it was slightly. It's the problem with doing things in the cold. You can't quite do it right. I would have liked to have had it on the edge so that the seam was still there, but it doesn't really matter. But yeah, you can see how well that PVC works though. So I'm going to keep working my way down to this edge, and then we'll I may stick them on and then sand it. I think that may be the easiest way to do it. But the next bit I would have done round this edge a bit closer, and then think about sticking them on. Right, so I've given it a bit of a sand on the edge just to make it a bit rougher on these sides. I mean, sanded the insides of these. So for now I'm just going to stick it on with this double-sided tape and then get my little belt grinder out and grind it around the edge and we'll see what it looks like. Right, so I just put the tape along. I just put some tape on. I didn't really need to show you that. I just laid the tape on, put the scales on. Now I've just clamped them back up for now, just so it really squeezes that scales on to the tape, be a bit stronger. So I'll show you it in the next bit. I'll be ready to start sanding it. Right, I've got my mask on at the minute, so we'll give it a sand now. Should be all alright. Oh, I've got to take the blade up. Right, so that's where I am now. I think that's actually not too bad. It's come up better than I thought. So I just need to give it a bit of a sand, a bit of a smoother sand in now. Get rid of any of the bits that have, you know, these sort of bits. So I'll give it a bit of a sand by hand, and then I'm going to reshape the blade. Right, so I've gone over it with a rough sandpaper, some smoother sandpaper, but that leaves black lines. Then I went over it with this wire wool, which seems to get rid of that. I have rubbed it over the surface so it's not quite as shiny now. Don't know if that was a good idea or not, but you know, it doesn't really matter. I might be able to polish that out anyway later with some finer, get some finer wire wool and then see if I can polish that. So now I'm going to take the blade down to about there, which I'll just grind it, quench it into water, if you can see that. So I'll just grind it down a bit, quench it in some water, keep doing that until I get it to where I want it to be. I'll have to decide what tip I'm going to have. I'm undecided at the minute. That may do though, may just shape that tip a bit more though. Right, so it's sort of 90% done now. The blade is now a legal length, the scales are on, they just need a little tidying up. So what I'll do now, I'll finish those up with a bit of wire wool and then some finer wire wool, and then I'll show you the knife finished. Take some pictures of it. Yeah, I quite like that handle. Certainly do the job. And hopefully, because it's shaped to the handle, it'll probably stay on better, I reckon, than the original one. It looks quite good as well. Yeah, next part will be finished and before you leave, if you ever wanted to support this channel, you can now via Patreon or by shopping at Amazon.com and GearBest. There's more info below if you need that. Remember, if you want to get full notifications for this channel, click the bell, and I'll see you later. Cheers.